Cam Newton also has appeared recently on the I Am Athlete podcast, speaking with Fred Taylor and Brandon Marshall. One of the things he mentioned, and let's not spend a whole lot of time on this because I think we got a better topic coming up.
Right.
But he said that when he missed time with COVID-19, it kind of screwed up his whole season. There were reports that the team thought he may have had brain fog. He denied that. All sorts of lingering effects of COVID-19, and look, it had to have derailed his season just from the standpoint of the rhythm and the flow of it. But if it does affect a quarterback in any way, in a cognitive manner, yeah, that's going to screw you up if you're trying to perform at the highest possible level.
Without a doubt. Again, it was a guy that, hey, they had built some momentum, and we're building something. He recognized, and he said this after the fact, he didn't know as much as the offense as he thought he did, early on in the year. He was kind of faking it to a degree. He realized he knew some things, but he didn't understand the whole scope. So now you're sick. You're dealing with that, okay? And you're not able to, again, increase the learning of the offense and everything like that. And then on top of that, hey, within learning a new offense, hey, there's certain mechanics you're thinking about as a quarterback. Oh, okay, Josh McDaniel called this play. All right, oh, wait, I got to take 5 steps. My first read's here. The second hitch I'm going to throw over here and do that, okay? And now you're not even getting to practice the physical aspects of the mental gymnastics of knowing the offense, if that made sense. But that is part of being a quarterback because you got to kind of tie that all together. And I do think, and it showed right from the get-go, his first game back was what? The Denver Bronco game, right? The Denver Bronco game, he missed easy slam dunk throws that a guy like him had not missed, and he certainly wasn't throwing the ball the same way he was like we saw him in Seattle on Sunday Night Football on NBC, where he was throwing dimes all over the field and everything like that. So it did take him out of the rhythm of what he was doing. It took the team out of the rhythm of how they were playing football because they had to adjust and play a different way with Brian Hoyer and then at quarterback there in that Kansas City Chiefs game and things like that. So I do believe that really threw him off his mark and kind of ruined the rhythm of their offense and everything they were building at that time.
Yeah, and again, I don't think we'll know for years the extent to which that disease affects the people who survive it.
Right.
I was having this conversation yesterday with my wife, and somebody says only 99% of the people who get it live. Well, yeah, but it still affects you in some way.
Right.
It's not something for the ones who have the symptoms, there are impacts that we still don't fully understand, and it's just this full body mess that you can become even if you do survive it. And I think if you're trying to be a professional athlete performing at the highest possible level with the kind of commitment and dedication and stress and everything that goes along with it, I can't imagine it didn't affect Cam Newton in some way. All right.
Wait, last thing I was going to say, too, just because I know we'll jump in it, but, again, too, let's not lose reality here. If he played, we saw that Kansas City game. I mean, they had Kansas City on the ropes. That's one of those things where I think you and I would agree. If he was out there, it looked like one of those days you'd go, the Patriots they're gonna beat the Chiefs. They lose, they lose that Broncos game. They get blown out by the 49ers the week after that. But they also did go 7-9 and lost some heartbreaking losses too, where it wasn't like they were not non-competitive and not, making teams sweat a little bit. And I think that's been lost a little bit in translation with Cam Newton at starting quarterback too, even though it wasn't the prettiest from his standpoint.
And, at one point late in the year, Shefty suggested there was no way that Cam Newton would be with the Patriots in 2021. The way that Newton talked in that podcast with Fred Taylor and Brandon Marshall,
I think
sounds like he's willing.
Sounds
like he's willing.
There's a chance. I don't think that's a closed door yet. I still think there's a possibility he could come back and end up being the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots.
I think money's a huge issue because he only got $3.7 million for all of last year, and to the extent that he'd kind of want a little retroactive something for what he put in last year and what he got out as the starting quarterback all year long, that could be an impediment. We'll do a draft later in the program of Cam Newton potential destinations, but you cannot remove the New England Patriots from the list.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.